We've got to be willing to receive those ideas. And when those ideas come, and we remember that we've been asking for those ideas, and really writing these things down to remind yourself, asking some questions each day of, oh, I would love this. I would love to have some new ideas. I would love to have some new possibilities come my way. And we write that down. And when these new possibilities come, remind ourselves, I'm no longer going to judge opportunities that come my way. I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to go on an adventure to discover what this idea could be with me and for me. I'm willing to say yes. Are you willing to say yes? Are you willing to come out of your doubt and worry and allow other people to keep the doubt and the worry to themselves and start to step into the possibilities that are trying to come to you? It's like that old joke, I'm sure everybody has heard it, where you are, there's a flood and you're on the roof of a house and God sends somebody by in a rowboat and they say, no, thanks very much. I'm waiting. God's going to send help. And then the next thing that comes by is a great big liner ship. And you're like, no, thanks very much. God will take care of me. And then next comes a helicopter, and the guy says, no, thanks very much. I'm waiting for God to help me. And the next thing you know, he's dead, goes to heaven, and he says, God, why didn't you help me? He says, well, what were you expecting? I sent a rowboat, I sent a ship, and I sent a helicopter. You've got to be willing to say yes. So are you willing to say yes to new possibilities? Are you willing to actually go on an adventure with new ideas? This entire network, the Inspired Choices Network, my show, and the thousands and thousands and thousands of shows that we have in the library that are there for everybody's access, and all of the people that have grown their business because of this network, came out of that very action. When I was asked many, many years ago, would I consider being a producer, wasn't on my platform, it was on someone else's, would I consider, I didn't shut the idea down. Now my brain went, no, you're a business professional. That's not something you do. I just said, okay, stop. I'm just going to ask some more questions. And I just said, okay, tell me what it would be like. And as I did that, and I started to get shown what the possibilities were, I said yes. And then I thought, okay, well, I'm going to give this a try. So I started to talk to a few different people. And I said, hey, have you ever thought about, back then it was just a radio show, have you ever thought about having a radio show? What's that like? And so I started to share with them the possibilities of what that could do for them and their business and their courses that they were teaching and their speaking opportunities and so on. And people started to say yes. And within 6 months of me being open to that possibility, I had an entire network of hosts that were saying, I'm open to this possibility. And then I became the least owner of that platform. So if I wasn't willing to say yes to an opportunity, to even go on an adventure of discovery with that idea, this network would never have been. It just wouldn't. It would. There's lots of networks out there, not as good as ours, but there's lots of networks out there. And, people, if they were meant to have a show, they would have had a show somewhere else. But this one wouldn't have come to fruition. This one wouldn't have happened. And it was because of that very thing that I was willing to say yes to discovering the possibility of a new idea. So when you are doing this, when you are open to discovering the possibility of a new idea, and you do that again and again and again, that's how you begin to build up your trust in yourself and the trust in the ideas.